He didn't have his way to let him know that the world doesn't stop because you get hit with a good punch and you want to retaliate. So they're looking for a calmer, more deliberate Isaac Dogboe tonight.
You can tell right away who has a speed advantage, and that's Diaz. He also has better footwork than Isaac Dogboe.
Diaz working the jab early. In the 12th round, there were a series of punches, a big offensive attack from Navarrete, and then finally the TKO was ruled.
Beautiful counter right there from Diaz. Dogboe stepped in with the jab. Diaz countered with 2 punches. See the feint right there from Diaz. Diaz is trying to feint Dogboe out of position. Dogboe is not responding. When you're throwing feint.
First round for Christopher Diaz. Seems to be trying to set the tone that this is going to be a boxing match and not a fight.
10 seconds, stop at the bell. Listen for that bell. 10.
For the last 20+ years, everybody from Mayweather and Klitschko and Sugar Shane and Pacquiao and Oscar have fought here. And a little later tonight, exclusively on ESPN Plus as a pay-per-view, it'll be 37-0 world champion Terrence Crawford against the 2-time welterweight champion Showtime Shawn Porter. Round number 2 between Dogboe and Diaz. In that first round, Diaz was 8 of 27 in total punches. Dogboe had 6 connects out of 32 throws.
That last sequence about 15 seconds ago, that's Dogboe at his best. Staying low, coming behind a double jab.
IQ. You know, if I know he's coming behind the double jab anytime there's distance, I will set him up for the right hand right over the top on the second jab.
Second round here between these two veterans. Former world
Dogboe's
champ
got a strong
against the
left
former
hand.
title challenger. He really does, Dre.
He's got a strong right hand. When that left hand or that lead hand of Isaac Dogboe lands clean, that's like a right hand. That's like a punch that he's put all his power into, but he hasn't. He's just a physically strong fighter.
Good combination punching by Dogboe. Put the uppercut in the mix of that combination.
See Dogboe thinking right there. Throwing the jab out, not really trying to land anything, but just trying to pick and poke and keep Diaz at bay to try to throw him off. We haven't really seen that from Dogboe in the past. We saw a guy, again, who was seek and destroy. I want to throw a punch to land it, not try to throw you off balance. Good left hand right there from Dogboe.
Very strong jab by Dogboe. He's putting a lot of weight behind that. Pushing off his back foot.
Bring it back, Isaac. You can't leave it out there.
And if I'm Dogboe, I want to test Diaz. Stay within myself, but test him to see if there's any lingering effects. Good shot right there from Diaz. From the Navarrete fight.
3-punch combination from Diaz. Left hook from Diaz.
Put something behind that one.
Some body work from the former champ Dogboe.
Diaz in no rush, even though he landed a good shot. He's no rush to run in there and try to get in a firefight with Isaac Dogboe right now.
Yeah, he's making the fight easy just by using his legs. Choosing his spots wisely. Nice uppercut.
There's the clap as we come to the end of round number 3, and that gives us an opportunity to check in with Max Kellerman and Mark Kriegel. Gentlemen, scheduled for 10. Remember, tonight's pay-per-view is exclusively on ESPN Plus. Really simple to get your hands on it. Just go to the app, go to ESPN Plus. You'll see the fight pile there. You'll see the buy now button there, and that is how you can join us for Crawford and Porter.
I just like
It's
that.
hard to know. Go ahead, Timmy.
Yeah, I just like the evolution.
Barry Hunter and the game plan for Dogboe to be patient, and what's some residual effects from the Navarrete fight, because Dogboe used to get hit and he didn't think twice about responding to get his respect because he believed in his physical strength and his punching power. Now I see him thinking 3 and 4 and 5.
His old style, the career wouldn't last that long, Timmy, right?
No, I mean, it wouldn't. But you got to know when to pick your spots, when to fight, and when to box.
But right now, Dogboe's being outboxed. So I see him posing and not engaging a lot, but he's not scoring a lot of punches. That's the problem.
Change in style that can go against the grain of what his nature is, but necessary when you look back at the defensive flaws and the damage that he took, especially the second Navarrete fight down the stretch of that fight.
Josh Taylor's a bad, bad man.
Isn't he?
Yes, he is. Ooh, nice uppercut right there from Dogboe.
Left uppercut from Dogboe to open up round number 5, and back to doubling up that jab, Dre.
Good sequence right there. But you want to see more of that. I want him to keep his nature just more polished.
Christina Poncher was listening into the corner of Isaac Dogboe. What do they have to say, Christina?
Tess, Barry Hunter reminding his fighter to basically get back to the...
He has to break this rhythm if he's going to have any success in this fight.
Maybe by getting to the inside, which he did moments ago, and then there's the footwork that gets back to the center of the ring for Christopher Diaz.
What punch do you think is going to come next? Jab. If you know that, set him up.
There's that lead left uppercut without success, but you can see how he has added it to his arsenal after the experience with Navarrete.
Arms for being a shorter man. And he's got good timing with his jab. And he's got a power jab even without throwing it hard. So he's got to pick that up. You see him picking up his feet right now, changing up his rhythm. So he's able to land shots like that left hook. And
Got caught reaching, Diaz.
Yep, he came forward with that right hand, and Dogboe made him pay the price.
That's what happens when you lunge forward.
And I'll say the same thing about Diaz. He has an opportunity to go to Dogboe. That was a dead spot for Dogboe. Dogboe was not in a good position. He was not looking to punch, and Diaz refused to toe that line and make something happen. He was okay with staying back the way that he did.
Nice right hand. It's a good round for Dogboe. Switching up his rhythm like Dre alluded to earlier.
And necessary. Now he goes to the inside. 3-punch combination that began with the body work.
It's one thing to be likely contenders and world-class fighters, and you can maybe attract some attention from very hardcore boxing fans. But that's what they're looking for, either real slick boxing or some real action, and we're starting to see some of both.
Exactly. He's coming off his best round, Dogboe. He's remembering he's not fighting Navarrete anymore. He's got to keep selling out. He has to remember the guy who really...
The table has definitely turned in this round. You can see Diaz getting more aggressive. He's not using his footwork anymore to create his offense. Now he's trying to close the distance and bag up Isaac Dogboe.
That's because Dogboe has been getting off. He's landing some good shots. And Diaz is tired of boxing. He's trying to get some get back. This would be a great time for Barry Hunter to remind Isaac Dogboe, hey, this guy just took a knockout loss in his last fight. That's in your rearview mirror. He's still dealing with it. Press him, be smart, but press him and see what his response is. Good stiff jab from Isaac Dogboe.
Nice combination right there. Using his feet, create some distance, and beautiful counter. but just how calmly he spoke to him. You know, it gave him confidence. You can tell. In that last round, Dogboe, yes, he was moving, but he still was landing shots. He still was in control. But he just seemed like a happy fighter. A fighter loves when a trainer says, "You're doing great. You're doing great." They love hearing that. We love hearing that.
I'll tell you the other thing, Dre, that I took away from Barry Hunter there, and what I would think would be a critical moment as we come down the stretch of a fight that CompuBox has 82 connects for Diaz, 86 for Dogboe, and could go either way down the stretch here, is he didn't give him too much, just focusing in on one or two things, both a positive endorsement, but then in terms of fights.
Get your shots off, but you're allowing Diaz to land some shots back and to even the score. Don't let him do it.
But he also said that Diaz is getting a little bit hungry. He's trying to get to you, so there's going to be some openings there for you. Good jab.
Diaz has to continue to press the issue as well, because neither fighter can be comfortable about what those scorecards may read right now. Good shot right there from Christopher Diaz.
Yeah, but Diaz is not being creative by coming inside. He's just coming right down the middle.
Just did it there. Just walked straight at him. Popped a right hand almost off the hip. Does it again. Little pot shot.
Yeah, he got away with that because
big smile.
Yeah, he smiled and said, because he feinted him and Dogboe leaned forward.
Good work with the left hand. Left hook, split the guard with the uppercut, came back. And now body work and levels from Dogboe as he dug the left hand to the body, came back with the right hand upstairs. Now both men opening up in the center of the ring.
That's Dogboe's way. Firing back, saying, take mine now.
But standing right there with his feet still taking shots on the gloves and the arms and a few getting through is not the answer.
That's good offense right there from Dogboe.
Steps to him.
Yeah, being aggressive. Get the man on the rope. Whether you land or not, sometimes it's how it looks to the judges. Dogboe looked like he's in control.
Fight out there for Crawford. He has the big fight tonight. But there were some out there in the course of the past year saying, hey, maybe Josh Taylor, see what kind of run he has at 140 pounds. He goes up to 147.
If Terrence handles business tonight, I wouldn't mind seeing the Josh Taylor fight at 147 pounds.
We don't do suplexes in this ring.
10 seconds, stop at the bell.
End of 9. Let's say hello again to Max Kellerman. And Max, curious as to what your early read in the guy in the division who has done that. Max, I ask you, how much at the ready do you feel people are to simply circle September 28th, 2019, split decision loss against Errol Spence, and frame that night against everything we then see tonight with what...
Which would be the best fight that could be made in combat sports at any weight. But I will remind people, because Crawford is a way too wide 7-1 favorite tonight. Spence took every single thing that man had to barely get by Sean Porter in one of the best 147-pound fights you ever want to see. If Terrence Crawford does not bring his A game, he could easily lose this fight.
Max Kellerman's thoughts on what we will see tonight. All right, final half of a round here in the 10th and final round between these two, Timmy.
Yeah, but Diaz is trying to get close and land shots, but he's taking...
The first half of the round stood toe-to-toe and gave just as much as they got.
Don't grab him, Isaac, don't grab him.
See, these are the moments right here where Diaz needs to pick up his offense. Yes, he blocked some shots. He was against the ropes. But he needs to counter. Good shots right there.
Head shots from Dogboe. Diaz able to get out of the way of that right hand behind the jab. Left to the body from Dogboe. He's had a few moments with success to the body, Dre.
Yes, he has. I wish he would have gone down there a lot more. He would have had more success, but Diaz had something to say about that. He worked really, really well early in this fight and in spots midway through this fight. And he's also trying to close the show, but it looks like Dogboe is getting the better of him in this round.
He touches him with that left hand to the body again. He's landed over 56 body punches to the CompuBox count to this point. Highly competitive.
Good fight.
Diaz is thrilled with his effort as he gets up in the corner. Dogboe raises his hand. It was a good fight from two good fighters who have had their opportunities at the top. One conquered, got a belt. The others.
After going all 10 rounds here at Michelob Ultra Arena at Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, we consult the official scorecard to determine a winner. Judge Eric Cheek scores the bout 95-95 even. Overruled by Judge Tim Cheatham, who scores at 96-94, and Don Trella, who scores at 97-93. In favor of the winner by way of majority decision. Still an ABF featherweight champion, Royal Storm, Isaac Dogboe.
Razor thin. Majority decision goes in favor of Dogboe. Could have had one swing round on Tim Cheatham's scorecard that would have given us a majority.